Hey, what up, everybody? I am Lou, and today we're going to talk about should you become a software developer? Because I hear it all the time. Some people will say, yes, you should, because it pays well, you have flexibility, you can work from home. I mean, you got all these perks, right? That come from it. People look at you this mysterious way, like you're this god, because you know how to build something that they have no idea how it even works. Then you got the flip side of it where people will tell you that you should not become a software developer, and you shouldn't because you'll get burned out. It's not a there's not a good balance, a work-life balance. You're gonna be asked to work long hours, due to deadlines. So there's different reasonings behind each side. At the end of the day, though, it comes down to, is it fit for you? It may be a fit for me, it may be a fit for somebody else, but it may not be a fit for everybody, right? We're not all the same, man. Like, I don't want to be a doctor, but there are some people out there that that's their desire. Like, they feed off of that. They have a desire to help people in that manner, right? That's not my desire at all. I enjoy helping people more in a financial sense, not necessarily in their health. So again, uh, you got to figure out if it's fit for you. So let's talk about that. How do you know if it's a fit for you? So how do you know if coding is right for you? Like how do you know, right? And you may not know the answer, but what I would say though, at least start off with what is your initial motive to get into coding, right? What is the motive initially? Do you have a desire like to learn how to code? Like, do you trying to solve problems? Is there like real problem you're trying to solve? Maybe you have a business idea. That business idea requires you to build some sort of SaaS application. Well, that's your motive, right? You want to build a business and you want to learn how to code, and that's a awesome opportunity for you to learn. Because I can tell you right now, when you work on a real world project, not a calculator, not a tic tac toe game, but a real world project, you're learning of that language, of that stack, whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to go skyrocket drastically. It just is, compared to learning how to create a calculator app or a tic tac toe game or etc. It just, there's something about working on real projects that increases your knowledge tenfold. It just does, right? So if that's the case, then I will say that's awesome, right? Learn it, learn what you need to learn the basics, the fundamentals, and learn what you need, and then continue on, right? Build your business. So I think that's a good idea if that's the case. If you're learning because you just always had a desire, but have an interest, like I want to learn how to code, I think it's cool. That's how I got started. I got started because I actually thought it was very cool. I know it may sound kind of corny, like who thinks coding is cool, but I did. This was some years back. I saw a colleague of mine, doing it, and I was very interested. Like, man, I want to learn how to do that. I went home that day, started googling the shit of the language, and then that's how I got started. Right? I mean, you got to start somewhere, but that was. If you fall in that bucket where you just have a desire, you have this interest, like, man, I think it's cool. I just want to learn how to code. I would say try it out, test it out. It doesn't hurt. Try it out, test it out. Pick a language. Doesn't matter what language it is, right? When you're learning, who gives a damn what language it is? You're gonna have people tell you, no, you need to pick a static type language, right? Forget, don't go with a dynamic type language like Python or so on. Again, they're going to tell you that kind of crap, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what language it is, right? So pick a language, get the learning, get the coding. Don't just read books, actually do some of the work. And if you're able to find real projects that you can work on, do that. I think that helps out you to learn that language a lot faster. If your motive is strictly money, I want money. I heard that I could make 300,000 working at Google if I get a job. Again, that works to some degree, but you're going to be that statistic of programmers who program for a while, then fall off. They get burned out, you know, they end up just not wanting to code anymore because it's feels, it's become the work, right? And then it becomes like an actual job that you got to get up and you're dreading to go to work to go and code. even though it pays well. Again, I wouldn't recommend it doing it for that reason. Everybody for their own choice, right? You got to decide on your own if that's what you want to do. And if you're going to do that just to make money and then get out and maybe get into real estate or something else, hey, go ahead and do it. But ideally, though, I would not recommend it, right? Don't do it for those reasons. Try to find a good, solid reason to do it. At the end of the day, should you learn how to code, it's really up to you. I would strongly recommend that everybody, at the minimum, get familiar with the language. It doesn't hurt to learn how to code. I think there's a lot of benefit of at least getting exposed to it. At least if you get exposed to it, you'll have a better understanding if you actually even like it or not. Leave your comments below. Hit that like button if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. Thumbs down. I'm okay with that. And peace.